Hello. Oh man. Hello, Fellowship of Filmmakers. I'm gonna have to crouch down so you guys. No, I guess it's alright. Okay. So today I'm working on a project for. I'm working with the local school district to. I'm actually teaching classes as well, but I'm also recording their big theater production. So yeah, I'm gonna switch it around so you guys can see. For your enjoyment, I was using this was the tripod just now. But anyways, I regress. So here we shot. So I've never shot anything this long before because it was 3 hours straight. Actually, let's see. So luckily the audio guy recorded that. The audio is not great because he basically he had all these things coming in and basically he couldn't. They mixed together. He could only record it then and then make the adjustments. So there's no like good volume control between some of the stuff. Also, the actual here. Let's see if we can play some of it. The actual recording's nice because you can hear the audience. Yeah, that's fine. It's nice because you can hear the audience. You know where his recorder couldn't pick that up.
Videotaping or recordings of any kind. We are videotaping it for DVDs that will be available at concessions. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the final production of My Fair Lady.
A couple of issues we had was first, this is nice because you could hear the. Let's see without it.
My Fair Lady.
So that was audio from the Rode Micro. Rode Micro. And here's the audio from recording.
Available at concessions. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the final production of My Fair Lady.
So you hear that they cheered, but see here you have to leave it in. So if I had more time, I might still do this depending on if I get a student to do it, is to kind of cut, because this audio, the one from the camera, I'll just say it, the one from the camera audio is a bit echoey, right? Where you're getting a reverb from the back of the theater. So so what we might do is cut the audio, use the audio from the mic where it works best, and cut out the other part, and then just use the audio when they're cheering. I don't know. Again, that's sort of time consuming with a 3 hour thing. If we can get a student to do that, that would make it possible. The other issue we have is we had multiple cameras. Luckily I have my own camera, but the school has, low, I don't know what you call them, just cheaper cameras, a couple $100, which is good, but anytime you're using different cameras, you're gonna have issues because.
You see this creature with her curbstone English?
So here's where we switch between camera. So camera one.
You see this creature with her curbstone English?
Camera two, you can see where the color is different. Luckily, this scene actually, I think just because of the angle, it's not as bad as it had been. A lot of what I end up doing here, this is going to be shot in. This is going to be on a DVD, which means it's standard definition. We recorded it in 4K. So like what's awesome is I can come in. Let's see if I can find a good example. Actually, the opening scene's a good example.
Lovely audience, are you there tonight?
So I can come in.
Thank you.
This is at here. This is at 69%. So it's about half.
That's right. Okay, welcome to the final performance of My Fair Lady. Now, before we...
But then I can cut here, which is 172%. And because 4K is so big, standardized, it'll still look probably not great, but you can kind of get away with more. It won't look great anyways because it's standard definition. It's not using. And right now here it's out of focus, but should get to. That's at 1/4. So that's the other issues. I couldn't. I was manning the other cameras.
By the final production of My.
So some of the focus once in a while popped out. I should have turned off autofocus, but
My Fair Lady!
It's hard to just make that call because you want to get like a generic, as much focus as possible. You want to get as much in focus as possible because you want all these kids. Normally you would, you would have the background people kind of do the background, but people want to see their kids, so it's a little bit. We're not really recording to make. Part of it's to record to just make a good show, but you also want to make sure you get everybody. Like their parents buy a copy and they want to be able to say, "Oh, there's Jimmy, there's Karen," stuff like that in the background. So. The other advantage of using that 4K and then going to standard edition is, as you can see, I could shift. So I could zoom in at, let's say, 100. If I scale it to 100%, it actually looks like it's zoomed in because I'm editing on HD. So I shot in 4K, I'm editing in HD, and it'll probably be shrunk down to standard definition for most people because the DVDs, because they're DVDs and they're standard edition, not HD DVDs. So, yeah, hit a bunch of issues around because of the fact that it's so long of a play. Other issues we had is I think my camera was overheating. Basically, it stops working at like 30 minutes. It automatically shuts off, which I knew, and I tried to like prep for that. But then there were certain times where it shut off by itself, and I'm not sure why. I think it was overheating because it's not really made to be on for 3 hours. So. Hopefully, I think I've picked it up with the other cameras. Again, there'll be some color issues, but I don't think it'll be a huge problem. I also shot my iPhone, which is actually pretty close to, with that lighting, it's pretty close to the 4K when I zoom it in. So I think it'll be good. It shoots in HD, so it's actually better quality than higher quality than what's required. But we'll see. I'll post. I can't show the whole thing because we don't own the rights, but I'll try to post some of it maybe on this channel, or at the very least, I'll post it on. I work with the students for these projects. A lot of times they don't show up. I'm having a hard time keeping them because filmmaking's awesome, but they don't have the time or the patience. And so there's a few kids that do. There's one kid who has his own YouTube channel, so he's busy doing that, as I mentioned to him before. And then another student who likes film and is into film and is doing great. So hopefully you found that useful. When recording live theater, I did have extra batteries, had extra SD cards, but if you can get an extra camera and sort of do two general shots, that I would recommend doing that. So like basically where you can see the whole stage from 2 different angles. That's what I would have done differently. Instead, I had one far away and then 2 kind of catching corners, and so I could get, it is what it is. So we'll see what we got, and hopefully we got everything. But thanks for watching. I will talk to you next video.